वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः, सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः, सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु, मा कश्चित् दुःखभाग् भवेत्। असतो मा सद्गमय, तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय, मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। Good evening. Please see page number 103 for today's quote. Let us all work hard, my brethren. This is no time for sleep. On our work depends the coming of the India of the future. She is there ready waiting. She is only sleeping. Arise and awake and see her seated here on her eternal throne, rejuvenated, more glorious than she ever was, this motherland of ours. So, we all know Swamiji was a great patriot. He was talking about rejuvenation of Mother India. In those days, they were full of poverty, ignorance, superstition, backwardness. Some were very rich, some were very poor. So the economic disparity was just too glaring at that point of time also. Swamiji wanted to remove all that. So, for the last 70 years, if you just look at post-independence, they achieved significant progress in so many fields. But we all know that actually so much more has to be achieved. The government, if you just go by statistics, a lot of improvement has happened, but still we couldn't achieve as much progress as we aspired for or hoped for. In my opinion, the main reason is population. చాలా అభివృద్ధిని సాధించాం, కానీ చాలా అభివృద్ధిని మన ఈ పాపులేషన్ తినేసింది, ఎక్సెస్ పాపులేషన్. సో in 1980s, when we were in school, mid-80s, that time, I used to read statements like this on ration cards. చిన్న కుటుంబం చింతలేని కుటుంబం, పంటలు ఎక్కువైనా ఈ పరిమితులు ఎందుకు, సంతాన పరిమితి లేనందుకు. Government, is trying to educate people, generate awareness among people that population is an issue. It wanted to convey, put it across. ఒక్కరు ముద్దు, ఇద్దరు హద్దు, అంతకు మించి వద్దు. Right? I used to see such kind of statements. Somehow afterwards, it seems the governments had given up. Now the population has to stabilize on its own. If we won't generate any awareness, We leave it to people. People's choice, people's discretion. But that's not a great idea because I see a good number of people, taking care of 2 children, raising a family is not an easy thing, right? But everybody like a right, I have the right to have 2 children, dutifully begetting 2 children. For the last 7, 8 decades, 100 years, everybody has, more or less 90% of the population. So as a result, now we are 1.35 and very soon we are going to cross China's population. We are going to overtake. India will be the most populous country in the world very soon. China very strictly enforced one-child policy for nearly 33 years. One-child policy for 33 years because it is a communist government. They brutally enforced it. No choice absolutely for people. Whoever had more than 1 child, actually they put them behind bars. But India is a democratic country. It's not possible to have such laws here. People have to do on their own. Democracy means people rule ultimately. But do they choose wisely, people? Do they feel that much of responsibility towards the nation? No, that's the question. So every additional hand, definitely, additional mouth, is a burden on national resources in a way. World population has crossed 8 billion. 800 crore we have crossed, right? That's why there is shortage of jobs, the shortage of many things, resources. If you just look at it, food, electricity, roads, and transport. So there is a limit that Earth can take only these many numbers. Beyond that, actually, it is difficult. And now they are talking about climate change. And they say they don't know how the future of the mankind will be. Scientists are predicting a bleak future for mankind. If you go by their version, this climate change is not a myth, it's a reality. And if we don't act now, United Nations is cautioning or warning governments actually. So the global warming is a problem, ozone layer depletion is a serious problem, deforestation and above all desertification, soil erosion. These are all the problems. The resource base is fast degrading, dwindling. For the simple reason is population pressure, habitat destruction. So many plants and animals have become extinct, surely because of human pressure, habitat destruction. So how many more numbers the earth can take? We need to become a little wise, particularly in India. So personally, you may have your own opinion. I prefer only that everybody should go for only 1 child for the next 20 years or 30 years. Then only I think the population will get stabilized. Otherwise, whatever the wealth that you create, the additional population that would absorb all, so the country will remain few. If you just look at our urban settlements today, cities, slums and squatter settlements are increasing like anything because housing problem. Housing has become a serious problem in urban areas. So you all know, rentals actually, how the rents are, to purchase a new flat, how it costs. It is more or less same in every country. So because the scarcity of land, this land has become a scarce resource now because of huge human populations. So we need to consciously act. In 1947, when you got independence, the average life expectancy in this country was 28 years. Average life expectancy of people was just 28 years. And today I think it is 68 or 70, right? That means the death rate we have postponed. Death is not happening because of medical facility and other things. People are living for up to 80, 90 years also. But when you postpone death rate like that, birth rate also, you should control. This is a conscious living. As human beings, we have to act responsibly and consciously. So we have to, put a cap on human footprint. That is the only solution to so many problems. మన దగ్గర చాలా సమస్యలు ఉన్నాయి. చాలా సమస్యలకు పరిష్కారం ఏంటంటే పాపులేషన్ కంట్రోల్ చేయాలి, రైట్? దట్స్ మై ఒపీనియన్. సో మనం హ్యూమన్ ఫుట్ ప్రింట్ని తగ్గించాలి, అది కాన్షియస్గా చేయాలి. ఇఫ్ యూ డోంట్ డూ ఇట్ కాన్షియస్లీ, నేచర్ విల్ డూ ఇట్ ఇన్ ఏ వెరీ వెరీ బ్రూటల్ వే. యూ హావ్ టు బి ప్రిపేర్డ్ ఫర్ దాట్. మనం అలా చేసుకోకపోతే, మన నంబర్ తగ్గించుకోకపోతే, ఇప్పుడు ఆల్ యానిమల్స్ హ్యావ్ ఎ క్వశ్చన్ ఆన్ దర్ ఫేస్. యూ గో టు ఎనీ ఫారెస్ట్ అండ్ లుక్ ఎట్ ద ఫేస్ ఆఫ్ ఎ డీర్, లెట్ us say, ఇట్ హ్యాస్ ఎ క్వశ్చన్ మార్క్, వాట్ అబౌట్ మీ అడుగుతుంది. అది నా సంగతి ఏంటని. యూ ఆర్ కమింగ్ అండ్ డిస్ట్రాయింగ్ మై హ్యాబిటేట్, రైట్? మనం ఫారెస్ట్ అంతా తినేస్తున్నాం, నేను ఎట్లా బతకాలని అడుగుతున్నాయి అడుగు జంతువులన్నీ కూడా, రైట్? మాకు కూడా బ్రతికి హక్కు ఉంది అని అడుగుతున్నాయి. వాటి మాటలు రాకపోవచ్చు, బట్ ఇఫ్ యూ కెన్ రీడ్ ద లాంగ్వేజ్ ఆఫ్ దర్ ఐస్, దే హ్యావ్ వన్ క్వశ్చన్ మార్క్ ఆన్ దర్ ఫేస్. వాట్ అబౌట్ us? Every animal is asking. So many animals have become extinct. So we need to act consciously and we need to reduce our numbers by consciously going for a small family, right? Chinna kutumbam, chintaleni kutumbam. Thank you. Have a nice evening.